Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. It's the last Wednesday before Christmas. I was going to wear my fun new Christmas earrings, but I thought that they would bump into that have a little bell on the bottom, and I thought it would be irritating with my headphones. Hi, Anita. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Kim. Good morning, everybody. I'm excited to paint, as always. I've been working on a larger painting back here behind me. And hi, Lisa. Hi, Michael. Hi, Joanne. Merry Christmas, Anita. Hi, Gail. Yeah, so we're getting close. Isabel and I wrapped gifts yesterday. Hi, Ellen. Kiss Art Studio. Merry Christmas to Kansas. How is everyone? Is everybody ready for the holiday? We're getting there. We shop. Mike shopped yesterday. I didn't shop. I went to yoga. It's much easier going to yoga than going shopping. Hi, Judy. But we just found out Alex and Danica can't come because Danica got COVID. She's a doctor. So that stinks. But, you know, it's just a day. We'll see them another time. But hoping that they get better quickly. So today, I don't know if I've ever painted this before. I think my lack of memory is a blessing and a curse because I can paint the same thing over and over and over again. Well, for one thing, I learn new things every time I do. Like, I think it's great to pick a subject and just paint it for a year. But I forget that I already painted it. So what I'm going to paint this morning is one of my favorite things to paint during the holidays. And I don't think I've painted it and added it to my YouTube channel, but we'll see. Thank you, Anita. All right, so let me turn this around. And I'm going to do one of my minis just because I feel like it. I love these little 4x4s. Oh, I got to fix that light right there. I'm going to paint my bluebird with the Santa hat. I love painting that. All right, let me figure this light out. Tell you what, I need I try to figure it all out on my own, but I really need someone to come into my studio and help me figure out lighting, how to hook up things to videotape. It's just sometimes it's more than. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Emerson. Is Emerson with you? I washed brushes this morning. Let me tell you, I'm really loving these Trekell brushes. This Trekell Spectrum 3000 Bright brush is one of my favorites right now. I just do still love my Rosemary and Company brush too, but I might get a few more of these. Good morning, Laura. How are you? How's Emerson? I think you'll like this one, Ems. Emerson always tells me when she likes my paintings. Oh, this is an easel. I got this from Karen Jurick's website. She's passed away, but they're still available on there. It's KarinJurick. Allie said, my brother-in-law and his family have COVID too, and now we won't see them either. Ordered some too, but we'll try them out this week. My first painting from you. Oh, good. Yeah, now I'm thinking about more than one thing at a time. But yeah, I think we were going to have about 20 at our house. Now I think it's, maybe about 16. So that's not bad. Oh, good. Good, Emerson. I'm glad you're excited for this one. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put out a little bit transparent red. I was cleaning up my colors this morning, and I didn't think about that. I'm getting out this, permanent matter deep. I didn't even know I had that. It must be he's such a cute bird. Yeah, my friend Marvin Stauffer, who lives here in my town, that's a photo that he took, and I love it. All right, I'm putting a little bit transparent red down. I can do pinks and reds. I don't even really need it, but I feel like putting it out. Now I got the other end of my paint tube in another color paint. That's how I get it all over. Oh, and I almost threw it away. That's how I get it. Can you still hear me? Silent mode off. I want silent mode on. I'm always worried that I'll get messages. Well, I do get messages the whole time, but I don't want to get a phone call. I really should put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but I always forget. I always remember to do it when I do yoga, and then I forget to turn it back on for like 3 days. And then everybody's like, you're not answering me. I'm like, I forgot. I put it on Do Not Disturb. I can remember to do something, but then I can't remember to undo it. Enjoy the season. So fun. Have enjoyed everything you do. Oh, good, Susie. I'm so glad. So glad. It is so much fun. It's like I'm at that pause where, you know, all the paintings are shipped out. That's kind of off my list. I do have like a show in January that I have to finish getting rid of. Oh, good, Ellen. Thank you. Thanks for paying attention to that for me. And I need to plan kind of what I'm going to do next year, make goals, but I don't want to yet. I just want to pause and have no goals and not think about anything but having a holiday. Yeah, that's my goal. Sounds simple, doesn't it? I'm just looking where my dark areas are on his little hat before I switch over to the blue. Yeah, right, Allie. Everyone needs to. It's a terrible thought, but I'm going to say it anyway. I was thinking about that last night, that like COVID has been a really weird lesson about slowing down. Because when you get sick, you're supposed to quarantine, for 10 or 14 days. I can't quite remember which it is. But it's like we all just need to do that anyway. I think we all need to take a pause sometimes, and we don't do it. And it's almost like an illustration that if we don't take our own breaks, that the universe is going to make us do it anyway. But yeah, I definitely am. I did buy some Christmas stocking kits because I do want to make some Christmas stockings for my family that's growing, as for Alex and M's significant others or fiance. That'll take me probably a whole year to do that, but it sounds like a fun project to me. I love knitting. I love doing anything creative like that. Now this might go pretty quick because these little 4x4s are sometimes pretty quick. But I love doing them. There's no pressure to them, kind of. It's just a relaxing little piece of work. Like if you guys ever want to paint any little, and hashtag that morning. Oh, I think I'll do blue and a. Okay, so I'm thinking. I think I want my darks to be warm and my lights to be cool. So I'm gonna just put a little blue in here. Try not to get too lost in thinking about that, but I do try to think about it a little bit. Do any of your children paint? Nope, none of them do. Isn't that crazy? They've never really expressed an interest in any of the creative stuff. Like not anything, not sewing or knitting. I tried to teach Emily to knit when she was little. And like art is something I've never not been an artist. Like, you know, when I think back to when I was a little kid, like I loved making things my entire life. Like art class was my favorite. How I didn't become an artist like this a long time ago. I mean, at least I went down the path of graphic designer and I got to do art every day, but I certainly wish I would have started doing what I do now a long time ago. I just marked in where his eyes are going to go. I think I will do the green background. Yeah, and I don't know why that is. Sometimes I blame it on myself a little bit. I think I was so busy when they were little, I didn't have time to do a lot of artistic stuff with them, as much as I would have liked to. Although that's not true. Our dining room table is absolutely full of paint, like we always did. Big activities like you know, painting Pysanky eggs and whatever, ornaments and making things like that. So no, that's not true. It's always interesting when you have kids to see what they are drawn to. Hi, Sharon. How are you? We're going to miss you on Christmas. Do a little gold here where his little beak is right here. All right, that's that little base layer. I think I need a sturdier table. My camera's always bumping around. So where's everybody tuning in from? That's always the wrong thing to say, tuning in. That's not what you're doing, right? Has Izzy decided a major? Oh, Ellen, she's going for nursing. So far, so good. One semester down. Ooh, I got out this new color. I'll show you in a minute. I got it. I'm going to start with my darks. I need to clean off the edge of this. When I work on big paintings, my pigment sticks get a little they get flat on the ends because I really kind of hold them differently, I think, when I'm painting large. Woodstock, Connecticut. That's fun. Put a little gold in there. I'd love that to show through. I don't know if I've ever been to Woodstock. Do a little bit Virginia, Queens. Did I miss any? I'm sorry. My brain was Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis. I've definitely never been to Minneapolis. All these fun places to go. Reading, PA. So Anita, did I tell you this already? Livingston, Montana. Emily and Brandon bought a house in Pennsburg. It's near Quakertown. And when we went to visit, well, we're going there twice next week to help them move in. But it's near, it's not too far from Kutztown, I think. Have you ever heard of Pennsburg? It is a very cute, a charming little town. Oh, we got this new color. I'm going to put a little bit in. This is ultramarine blue pale. It's a very pale blue, really pretty. So I'm just cleaning off the top of it because it was in a tube, so it was a little hard. Looks pretty white. Guess it depends what it's next to, right? Oh, he's already cute. All right, I'm covering up my... It is really pretty, isn't it, that one? I love it, too. All right, I need some reds and some blues, some rusty kind of colors, and whites, and like a green for the background. I don't know, that background's a little heavy. Maybe I'll make it a little more spontaneous. Maybe I'm going to put a little bit just for fun. Pennsburg. Yes, it's a very cute little town. I never even heard of it before. I never even knew it existed, but just shaking it up a little bit, putting a different color in the background. That's good. I like my messy middle to be super messy lately because I feel like I end up with a looser painting. Oh, I forgot this too. I love this color. Look, I hardly have any left. I'm going to have to get more of that. I think it's ultramarine blue, but I can't remember. That's the other thing I need to remember when oops, I got rid of his eye there. Oh, well. All right, let me turn this down and mix some colors. Good, okay. Put this out of my way. Need a palette knife. So I'll do some reds. These are colors that I used. I painted, what did I paint yesterday? I painted, it was so fun. Oh, a piece of candy, a piece of peppermint candy, and these are the colors. If I have colors that are left over in the end, I put them in little piles so I can, like I could use this to start my darker red color. And I had red out here anyway because of the peppermint candies. That was really fun. It would be a fun one to do large. Purple, maybe, or this. Just a dark, I want to darken that up. Maybe I'll put brown, and I do want it to stay kind of warm. Thanks, Irma. Yes, that was so much fun. I do need that even dark. I'm going to keep what I had there, and I'm going to add some ultra blue into that. Probably going to need more ultra blue on my palette. Yeah, definitely. Maybe I'll add green. I'm going to add a little bit of green in there to desaturate the red. Okay, that's good. Cleaning off my palette knife to get more of this true red. And I'll lighten it just a little bit. I think I'm going to use this, gosh, what is this color? Rosebud. This rosebud. I was painting a red car and had such a, yeah, you have to kind of get, that's a color, Allie, that I found that you got to get out of the tube. Like, you can't create a bright red. Your red's only as bright as the pure color that comes out of your tube. And that's probably, this red that I'm using is, well, I bought a new one. So this is one that I love, Permanent Red Bright. And then I bought, the last time I was shopping, I have been shopping a lot lately, I bought Apparel Red, and it's a lovely bright red, but I don't know where I put it here. I'm looking at, I try to be organized with my paints, but it's nearly impossible. Now wait, let me see if I can find what kind that was, but I think that might be what I have out here on my palette, and I love it. There's a brown pink, that sounds fun. Oh, here it is. I found it. I bought this, Michael Harding's Peril Red. That's what I have up here. Let's see the difference. Let's just check them out. Okay, so here's Peril Red. Okay, that's this Michael Harding. And then this is Vasari's. Well, look how similar they are. I'd say this is just a little bit more orange than this is. That's Vasari. So why don't I, since I have it out here, I'm going to mix it with just a little bit of white just to see which way the colors kind of tilt. So I'm taking the Peril Red, just a little bit of white, just to lighten it slightly to see if it like kind of skews in one direction or another. Sorry, this isn't the best light. I think this one's just the tiniest bit more orange and a little drier. So, yes, I do use different brands. I love playing with different kinds of paints. So do I have a favorite of those two? I don't know. I mean, the Peril Red is, I don't even know price-wise which one's better or worse. I'm just going to set these up here. I don't need to throw those away. Yeah, that growing my knowledge. I love learning about art. Love it, love it. I would love to go like to a workshop somewhere. I'm always itching for that. I do learn things online. I've been spending a lot of time recently in Skillshare learning about repeat patterns and creating them in Illustrator. I go from one thing to another. All right, so I like my range of reds. Let's do some blues. So yeah, I would say they're very similar, and either one's good, but without a true red like that, you can't create it. I need kind of that kind of rust brown color. Fiber in there. Let that go a little red. That almost looks like this color. And then go a little bit gold with it, maybe. Yeah, the reds are so pretty. Pretty golden color. Now I made a mess right here in the middle of my palette. So now I need blues. I was going to put out a little bit more of that ultramarine blue. I go through that pretty quickly. Okay. Oh, now I have red paint all over my hands. Add a little this in there. It's very nice. And maybe I'll cool that with my Video Blue Extra Pale. I don't even know that I need anything more than that. Linseed oil. No, I just use, with my paints, I use something called Liquin. It's a mixture of, linseed oil and turpentine as my first layer when I was just putting down those transparent colors. And then after that, I don't, I want to get a different white out. That white felt a little thick to me. I don't use any medium in this phase unless I'm doing like a larger painting or I feel like the paint's really thick. I might use a little liquid. Whoops. Oh no, I dropped my cap. I have to get it because otherwise I'll forget. And it was a brand new tube of paint. Sorry about that. So I need my white. So I'm going to just use that maybe as the warm side of my white. And then it does look like it has a little bit of yellow in it. Not maybe too much. I could just do a hint like that maybe. That's a nice warm white, and now I need a cool white. Put a hint of ultramarine, or the Video Blue Extra Pale in there. And then what should I do for the background? Maybe, oops, I'm sorry, I'm off the palette. I do like the green. Maybe I'll do this green. I'll just add a little, let's see what it looks like. That maybe is too bright. The rest of that, and take this. All right, we'll see what that looks like. That might be a little crazy, but I like the red and green together, and I like that it's, maybe I'll desaturate it, just, I'll put a little bit of red in it. A little more. It's a really fun color. It's not mixed, and that red's really not mixing in there easily. Okay, that's good. So I think that's a good palette. That's a good start. Yeah, Liquin helps it dry more quickly too. Steven, who's always been my art mentor, he uses Liquin. And he's always happy with it. I don't love how it smells, but I think that's why I don't use it very often. But I do have it right here. But it gets clumpy in there. Like when I take the lid off, it gets, it dries quickly, so it does in here too. Like look inside. I always have to poke a hole to get to it. Ugh, but I don't like how it smells. It smells terrible. I shouldn't have opened it. All right, I'm going to work on his eyes. I have to get a little brush. I usually start with the eyes. Make sure I have them in the right place. And it's the most expressive part. I find that like even painting birds like this, if I do nothing but get the eyes right, I could make a whole mess of the rest of the painting and it wouldn't matter. Because that's where their spirit lies, right? Zest it. Oh yes, Ellen, that's what I use. I use Zest it. When I said linseed oil, I guess I forgot to say zest it out loud. That's what it's in that. Yeah, zest it's great because you don't have to, it's pre-mixed. Yeah, any more I do. All right, I think they're positioned okay. They're kind of at an angle like that. I need a sip of my coffee. And I'm going to go in my darks. So, what else is new? I ran out of things to talk about. I'm not even holding my breath. I just stopped talking. All right, so I'm thinking those were my darkest darks of that. I'm going to put these darks in too. So is Santa bringing you any art supplies or anything for Christmas? Does anybody have anything fun on their list? I did buy myself some art supplies lately, more than normal, and I might get a few brushes still, and I need some large canvases. I never did have that workshop because of COVID. Everyone pretty much canceled, and now I am rescheduling to do it in the spring. I think it's in May, and then I also probably will do one here closer to where I live, also, maybe in the spring. I've been applying to outdoor art shows. So I am sort of planning ahead for the spring, because it'll be here before we know it. Yeah, I hope it's a good year. I mean, you know, it's looking a little crazy now, but kind of just making sure I have paint down in those little areas. Yeah, I miss teaching in-person workshops. I miss hanging out in person with artists. That's really it. Wood carving knives. Irma, that sounds like fun. I've never done wood carving. Is that something you've done before? Is that a new fun thing for you? Wood carving. Do some reds. Hi, Morgan. Do you live near me, Carol Ann? Yes, that, I think I need to do that for sure. I just have to find a place. You know, it's hard. It's hard to make a commitment to like do something like that when you don't know if it's really going to happen or not. But I could, you know, do it pretty quickly once it does. The place where we had it before in New Hope, my friend moved to Palm Springs, so I don't have that as a place to host it anymore. Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. High Industries. Yes, that's right. I'd love an in-person again. Yes. It'd be so fun to, yes, all be together. I guess I could figure one out. A little more lighter. But I don't want it to go pink. All right, I think that's good for the reds. I'm stepping back, sitting back. I need a sip of my coffee. I think I might wait. I might do the background next. Let me put a little. Good morning, Dawn. Cook 44 is my sister Dawn. When are you heading down to Aaron's? Now, is that green crazy in the background? I kind of like it. It certainly adds personality to it. I could make it gray. That would look neat too, but I kind of like the green. In person. Yes, hopefully. And in the spring, I think it will be better anyway. I mean, it seems to be the pattern is when we're all together in the winter, it gets crazy, and then we need to all get our boosters. I didn't want to get it right now because I don't want to get sick for the holidays, but I think we'll all do it once the new year gets here. I guess they're fine, easy to get too. The first time of the vaccines, I had trouble getting it because I'm healthy and young. Yes, looking forward to doing things. Me too. All right, we'll have to decide if that background's distracting or fun. Oh, Ellen, you did. Good for you. Excuse me. Let me have a sip of my coffee. Might work on his eyes a little bit more before I put the white and the highlights. Oh, they're not as bad. That's good. This is all pretty dark in here. Oh, good. I'm good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it's like I try to pay a little bit more attention to the questions I ask myself too. Mike's always helping me with that teaching part of it and slowing down and explaining and thinking through why I think things that I do. Instead of just saying, just because, I don't know why. What size brush on the details? Oh, Susie, this is a Rosemary & Company 0. It's a clips pointed round. I have a little one here too that I like. This is really tiny. It's a 2.0 round series 301. And I had another one, but I lost it. If things are too little, I think I throw them away sometimes. That's a crazy thing to do. Oh, no, it looks I'm having trouble thinking about like where the light's hitting on this side. And I think maybe his eyes are too small. I think this needs to be larger. And this needs to be. Down more. Oh, I think that helped a little bit. Oh, I shouldn't be using the little brush. I always think of that as cheating, kind of. It's better to force yourself to use a bigger brush if you want to keep your paintings loose. Okay, that's better. I like his face more now. So I can go in a little bit with his hat, the white part of his hat. Let me sip of my coffee. He is cute. What should we name him? Oh, Ellen. I love this Trekell. This is size 16 Trekell. Spectrum 3000 Bright. I think Santa might bring me one of those. Won't get it here in time though. And that little tiny one, do you mean? Grandview Vineyard might be a great place to hold a... where is that? Is that in York? Is that the one? No, that's not the one in York. I don't think I've ever been there. Grandview Vineyard. That would be fun. Could you imagine? I don't know. Be wanting to drink wine and paint at the same time. It's something I don't usually combine, but sure does sound fun. Grandview Vineyard. I'll write that down here. I don't think I've ever been. Oh, in Mountjoy. Oh. Grandview Vineyard. Why have I never been there? All right, I wrote it down. Near Hershey, not far from us. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, and then we'll have wine at lunch. That would be wonderful. Oh, look, I have a piece. This is funny. I have a piece of my pigment stick. Sometimes, like, chunks of them end up on the painting. And as I'm working, I'm, like, moving pieces of something around right here. There's two. Look at this big... Look at that big piece of pigment stick that was stuck on there. As I was moving it around, it felt weird. Sometimes I get like lost in that, and then I think, well, it's just because I didn't put my lightest lights in yet that I have to be patient. It's that patience thing. I was thinking the other day, I felt like I've misplaced my patience. I was going to write a blog post about that because I keep kind of hurrying through things more lately than normal, and I don't know why. So if I misplaced it, how do I find it again? Do you ever misplace your patience? Carolyn, I will check that out. That's a great idea. I need my green to come in here a little bit. And a little bit more of my white. Whoops. One there. Now I feel like this white is not defined enough. There's not enough definition between, like between these two. I mean, it's not in there either, but I feel like I need to add that a little more. I'll do a little purple or something. I leave it in the car. Me too, Gabby. I'm always leaving it somewhere. It's like my phone. My phone and my patience I'm misplacing constantly. Yeah, I don't want to paint and have it be a thing that it's like I'm hurrying through, because I love the process of it. That's the fun part. And when I find myself working on something and anticipating the finish, instead of being disappointed when I get there, wishing that it would keep going, like that's what I'm always aiming for. And I don't know why sometimes that happens. It needs to be dark. What other details do I need? I'm putting the whitest whites in, and I'll let them a little thick. I do find that my paintings on the paper dry much more quickly. Oops, I got a little red on there. Oh, thank you, Sheila. All right, what else does he need? I need a little bit of the highlight right here at his nose. I'm going to use a smaller brush. And this little... I want to soften this. Maybe put highlights in his nose and I might be finished. I don't want to overwork it either. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm bumping you. That helped a little bit. So, I hate to say it, but the turpentine mix is why I stopped painting with oils, because the smell caused me to cough too. Well, I don't think that's why I'm coughing. Oh, well, it's definitely not because I don't have any turpentine. But I don't like that. And it is, the liquid is like that. But what I use that little bit in the first layer of my painting, which I don't even know what I did with it, the zest it, and then not using any more does help a lot. What do you think? Am I finished? Do I need anything else? Do you think the background needs polka dots or anything? No, I kind of like it because it already has personality. Yeah, I'll do a little. That got a little crazy. I think I might be finished. Makes that, it does, that green and always those complementary colors. It's always good to have a little something like that in there. Oh, I see a little bit of, not that it would matter, but I try to get it kind of to the edge. This would be a cute one to put with a thin white mat and then a fancy frame. Wouldn't that be fun? I've been itching to buy some like vintage frames and put some of my paintings in them. The tricky thing is then the frames end up being just as expensive as the painting, which is crazy, but they're a piece of art too. They're really nice ones. All right, pull this off. Oops, my tape was stuck to my easel. I always can't remember if it's better. I guess it's better if I show it to you this way. So there he is. What are we naming him? I guess Chris Kringle. Should we name him Nicholas? Or maybe Charlie. Did I ever tell you the story of my, I took my son to see, when he was like, I don't know, probably 2 or 3, I took him to see Santa at the mall, and years ago. And he sat on Santa's lap, and when he got off his lap, he came over to me and he said, Mom, Santa is Mr. Charlie. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? And he said, Santa. He said, Mr. Charlie from Learning Ladder, where he went to school, is Santa. So he really thought that Mr. Charlie was, well, I went into school the next day and I said, oh, I like Nikki Ellen. That's cute. I said, does Mr. Charlie play Santa at the mall? And they were like, yes. So I guess to this day, Alex probably still thinks that Mr. Charlie's really Santa. Oh, okay, Susie, I'll show you. My area here might be a little, oops, no, wait. Oh, I have to turn this around. Yikes. So that's what I've been working on. I still have to go in with more lights. I love, like, the very subtleness of the shadows. I love these 2 little petals there. And the little things in there. But I feel like it needs more, like it was getting a little, sometimes when I'm painting it gets a little dry or something, so I have to stop and let it rest, and then I'll dive back into it. And then I want to start another large one soon, so that will be fun. So thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. I will save this, and it'll be on the link will be on my blog, and I'll put it over in YouTube too. So go give it a thumbs up for me. I would love that. And I think we'll probably do this next week. My daughter's moving next week, so I might not be around Wednesday morning, but I probably will. So I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Stay safe, have fun, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you next week. I'll let you know. I'll post in my story to let you know if I'll be doing it or not. Bye, Gail. Yep, bye, Anita. It was great to see you guys. See you soon.